I've been kind of busy. Been working on everything, it seems. If you look closely at it here, I did mention to the owner that first thing is the motor, tranny's out, tranny's apart, there's bits and pieces over there. It's looking pretty naked now. I got some fixing to do up here. I got to redo my mounts, all the bolts sheared off for the front of the transaxle. I want to kind of change what I got going on here. I don't like what I've done. It's chewing out the bottom of the case. Right here where the slot is. I put a slot in that. It's chewing the bottom of this case apart. I don't want to use this anymore. Use those mounts. Where is that piece here? Nope. That one there. Nope, where's that nose cone? Ah, here's the nose cone right here. You can see it's chewing the way I've got it designed. It's actually chewing out the case. Right, not good. But yeah, transmission's all tore down. We'll get to that here in a minute. More or less, we'll call this an update video. I have to re-engineer this because my geniusness. Oh, zoomed in. My geniusness. I just bought a new one of these and put it on top of the old one. So I might have to redo that to keep the transmission in line. Because the bar, the transmission shift bar, it has to be straight in line. And it can't be angled up or angled down. It has to be straight across. So this shift rod has to be up straight across. So that would make the transmission sit about there. If I use the existing box, which is here, which means I got to reroute my lines here, which is no big deal. If I do, then that means that it'll be lower and it'll be more in line with the transaxle, how it's supposed to be. So this is my ridiculous welds and stuff, but yeah. Got the motor sitting over here. No leaks on it. Looks good. Yeah, I'm just gonna stab her back in there. I am gonna see if I can find some air cleaners. Those air cleaners were a joke and they just kind of like blew off, but see if I can find some pod filters. Side by side time. Engine's back in. Everything's pretty much back on there engine wise. I'm still waiting on parts for the rear diff. She starts up, she fires, she sounds good. There's now no more codes on it. It had a coolant temperature fan sensor code, which actually turned out to be none other than a blown fuse. Who'da thunk it? People amaze me. But yeah, I unhooked it. I don't like things hooked to battery sitting in my shop when I'm not in here. Volkswagen was bad for it. Their ignition system, because it's a points system, I've cooked coils in my dune buggies, pulling them in the shop and shutting them off, but the key not being all the way off, and if the points are closed, it just builds power. It just builds power more and more, and the coils explode and leak everywhere. Okay, see if I can get that to work now. Yeah, see, no more codes. Looks good. She's got, that is the odometer, 2,620 kilometers. And we turn her, she should be able to fire it up here. You can hear what it sounds like. I think it sounds pretty good. No clicky clackies, no banging and clunking, and yeah. So I'm almost excited here to get that rear end done and get her out and go for a ride, but that's where we are now. We still got parts galore. We got hub or wheel bearings. These are a Preston style wheel bearing like a car, and as you can see when I pulled the axle out, the inner race came with it. But superficial, right? So the same guy who I'm working on this for, I was talking about maybe needing a press, and he went out and he gets a shop press and says I can leave it at my house. So he pretty much bought me a shop press. Tested it out with the other side, so this would be the left side rear wheel bearing. I pressed it out of there like nothing. Bearing just comes flying out of there. So the new one I'll press in there like nothing. Excited. And I got probably my most favorite part. I actually got my big badass freaking air compressor going with a big line. These big 1/2 inch ends on them. Yeah, baby. And I got this line here. It comes out of the tank in this, I think this is like a 1 inch. But Jesus, you don't need that much air. Holy crap. Now I got air for days. The tank stays full forever. And a big compressor on it. Awesome. But that's just kind of like an update of all the crap that's happening. Everything I got going on here. Everything I'm working on. Oh yeah, I might as well do an unboxing video too. I got a box of parts for this transmission transaxle. Just stuff that I've always wanted to put on here, but just didn't have the money or whatever. Come in on FedEx. I don't know though, man. I don't know about these guys. I mean, it took a while, and you go on their tracking, and it said it was delivered, then it wasn't delivered, then it was delivered, then it went back, then it was delivered to somebody other than was on the package. It's like, God, guys, make up your mind. Ended up having to go down there and raise a big stink, and they go, oh yeah, that's sitting here. It's been here for a day or so. And I'm like, oh God. So this is just transmission parts, so busted out. I actually kind of forget what the heck it is that I even ordered for this thing. Now, what is this shit? These are like the never open boxes. How do you even get into this? Wait a minute, there's a lip here on the bottom there. Lead up to a shipping company to make a box so complicated you can't get into it. Hey, am I doing something wrong here? Okay, so what the heck did I order? Oh yeah, definitely needed one of these in there. I never had one of these. This is like an inner guide for that shift rod. The shifting on this buggy has always been so loose and floppy, and the feel is really bad. Excellent, and it's actually got the nuts welded on the back, so this goes on the inside of that box, and the shifter tower gets bolted down to that with those threads. You need this as a guide for the hole, so the rod goes in here, then the ball and the socket goes in this hole, and all of this is floppy. Your shift feels really bad. What else did I get in this box here? What on earth is that? Sleeve inside shift rod. Okay, so is this for the ball and socket then? Okay. It wasn't even that long ago that I ordered this. Oh yeah, a new heavy duty shift bushing. And they sent me 2 of them. Or I ordered 2? Oh hell, I forget. I don't know. And then this is the reverse lockout. Because when a Volkswagen, in this style, old school air-cooled, you push down, over, and back for reverse. So if you're ripping up the trails and you go from first to second, and you go first, push down, think you're in second, put it in reverse, well, those transaxles explode into a million pieces. The only reason I know that, it actually happened to my old man, my dad, and his buddy when they were running these. Good old times back in the 70s. So that plate, that goes inside the box, and that plate goes on top of the box, and then that's your shift lockout for reverse. So it would go in there like that. So you see, it's got a ramp to it. If you look at it, it's got a ramp. Well, that prevents you from going first, pushing down and going into second. You can't. You actually have to physically push down and over and then back to get it in reverse. And what else did I get? Trash. What the heck is this stuff? Alright, I got stuff. You know what's crazy when you order stuff and it's been such a while since you ordered it, you forget what the heck it even is. Shift bushings. So this shift bushing here would go inside of here. Yeah, you can't see. The shift bushing would go inside of here, and that would be the smoothness of it. And I believe this, if I remember right, Yeah, it's the transaxle gasket set. So it's the complete gasket set for the transmission sitting over there. So when I put her back together, hopefully she doesn't leak. You know, RTV is not your friend when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I don't like using RTV, and yeah. I thought I got more daisy spacers, but I didn't get those for this swing axle. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's the O-rings. Won't need that because it already has one. These are all, so this is your input shaft bearing. CSP products. New sticker. There should be some paper gaskets underneath of here. Oh yeah, there we go. Those are nice gaskets too. And then if you've ever wondered why there's so many of these, they're all the same. These are more or less a shim, and you want to set the play in that swing axle. You want it to have a little bit of bite. You don't want it to be sit there loose and floppy because then everything wears out, but you want it to be able to float up and down, or you just chew everything up. And the daisy spacer, which is these. So here's the side cover, where your diff would be on here. This is a daisy spacer. The daisy spacer goes on here, and then the swing axle tube can ride around on this. Yeah, I got one over there, but I'll show you when I start putting this stuff. I thought I got new daisy spacers. These really aren't that bad. So if you don't use enough of those gaskets, enough of those spacers, and you just bolt it together, you chew up the daisy spacer. Because this should be like allow it to float, but if you bolt it in there and then you're going through bumps and your swing axle is going up and down, it'll just chew the daisy spacer to nothing. And you can see this one here, I think, is all chewed up here. So I think I'm going to need a new one of those. But there's the unboxing video that people seem to just love on YouTube. That's it. Here's my update. I don't think I'm going to do anything tonight. What am I going to do? Oh, I know what I could do. I could show you this press. Get that knuckle over here and press out that other bearing. We'll see how well that presses out of here. Set the camera up. I'm going to go grab the other knuckle, take the arms off it, and we'll put it in there and we'll press her out. Alright, so we got to pull the snap ring out of this. Try to do it so everybody can see. There's a snap ring in here that holds the bearing in. So let's see if the snap ring can come under here. Like everything else in this machine. Oh, look at that. It's actually coming out. Don't hit me in the face. Or break. Ooh, that was close. Oh, there we go. Okay. Snap ring is out. So then here's the bearing. Oh man, you can't even turn that. Rotten. Look at that. Completely. And then this side here, the inner ace came off with the axle. And you can actually see the ball bearings, everything's completely dry and rotten in here. So I'm going to set this up in the press. Try to put the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I'm going to set it up in the press like this. Probably don't need these. No, I don't need these plates on here. And I think we can actually lift this up a level. Got that set in there. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Hopefully it doesn't explode and take my camera out. Nah, you're not gonna be able to see squat. Hang on, let me readjust my setup here. Go up and over, we go down. Oh, I can see that much better. You see down there, you can see the ball bearings of that. Well, this is just a simple press. It's just got a lift jack in here. And it comes with a rod. Just like up and down your car, you just tighten this guy up. You start cranking. And down that little rod goes to press that out of there. So we are going to take this. So this is just like a seal installer. I'm going to put it tapered end down inside this hole, and hopefully we can push the bearing out. If not, I'm going to have to take the inner race off the axle. Try to press this middle as centered on it as you can. Try to go right there. And then we just start pushing. Ooh, this is just gonna bang, I just know it. Oh, the other side just like popped. Gotta protect the nuts. Come on, baby. Oh, that's a lot of pressure on that. Oh, this is making me nervous. Oh. Okay, no, something's wrong here. Gotta reposition this thing. And I'm chewing out that. Oh boy. Now I got my freaking seal installer thing caught. Okay, buddy. Okay, what the hell? All the way up. Oh, I gotta get that out of there somehow. I knew that was a bad idea. Bonehead. Ouch! Where'd that go? I got it right here. I got it. Okay, I gotta try to get that inner race off that other axle, and then press on the inner race, put it down inside here. All right, so here's the axle that bearing came out of. If you look right here, this is actually the inner race of that bearing. So if we can get the inner race off, then that'll sit down in that hole so nicely, and we can get it off. But now the problem is how the hell do we get that off of there? You have to think about this for a bit. Probably do it off camera. And through the power of video, I have retrieved one inner bearing race and one socket that fits over that, and should be able to press that out. Now this is an impact socket, so I should be able to take the abuse. This will be fun. See how well this baby comes out of here. Get that out of the way. That out of the way. You're going to put an erase in there. Yeah, fits down in there so nice. And now we have a nice solid surface of bearings to press against. Okay, take two with more or less the right way to do it. I'm going to move my camera back a little bit. Set you up. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but you'll hear it when it starts to go. I am going to stand off to the side a little bit. Holy smokes. I think I'll protect some meat and potatoes. Holy smokes. Oh, is it going? Oh, hell. What's going? What's breaking? I don't know, man. Holy snapping assholes. Well, oh boy. Okay, this is going to prove to be a little bit more challenging. I think I'm just going to soak this in some WD and we'll let her soak overnight. I'm going to have to come back to this one. Dang it. Dang it! Yuck. Son of a bitch. Well, I guess worst case scenario, the guy could cut it out with a torch. And I got the good stuff in the can, and I'm just going to put some juice in the hole. And we're just going to let this baby soak overnight. Alright, on to the next thing. Alright, the last and final thing. We got brakes all the way around for this machine. Wasn't planning on doing brakes, but you never know with the machine that came off a farm. So the story is, farmer bought it from the original owner, And then farmer sold it to a guy, and I probably sold it to him for way too much. And the guy I think he just got lost in how big of a project this would be, and just didn't care to work on it. So my buddy traded a sled for the side-by-side. Coming off a farm though, man, you see some crazy stuff. I don't know why people let their brake pads down to like nothing. There's nothing left on that. That's like more than nothing. There's nothing left. We're into the metal. Wait a minute. There's a teeny tiny little bit of friction material right there. And that's bad. The other one looks even worse. Look at this. See these grooves? These grooves are not supposed to be in there. You see how chewed up that baby is? Look at the bend in that pad. These guys are supposed to be straight. And then when you do that, you have to replace your brake discs. Because now your brake discs look all chewed up like that too. They got big fingernail catchers on there. I mean, yeah, you could pad slap these rotors, but yeah, it's not even worth it. And they're like, if you look down it this way, see if I can get it straight in the camera, it's like a dinner plate. So it's got a curve to it. And that right there is from force from the piston. Force from the piston is pushing on this side of the rotor, and it's actually folding the rotor over in on itself, so it almost looks like a frisbee. Here's one of the new ones. We got some new ones. Nice and flat and smooth and cross-hatched and gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let me show you what the new brake pads look like. Here's the new brake pads that we got. I don't know where you order these from. What did I say? Too much brightness. Whatever the heck that means. Brake pads. Right from the motherland. Garbage. So here's the new brake pads. Let's compare the new to the old. There's the new. There's the new. Fancy. Look at how much friction material is on that baby. Look how thin. New. Old. New. Old. Come on, guys. Come on, people. Replace your brake pads. This is a wear item, just like in your car. I don't know about you, but when I go ripping up the mountains on my quad, I want to make sure that, when I gotta stop, I can stop and don't go zinging into the lake or the creek or the tree or whatever's in the trail. Brakes are important. I like stopping. I don't know about you guys. I like stopping. Okay, there's my rant. Do your brake pads. Don't be lazy. Do your brake pads, please. Oh no, it's like I got grease on my forehead already. Alright, that's it. Just an update video. See you guys. Woo!